Do you miss the era of tanks like the T-90 and M1 Abrams? An era when these giant machines echoed across the battlefield with their undeniable power and elegance. Every roar of the T-90 and M1 Abrams engines, with their thick armor and deadly weapons, became a symbol of dominance in combat. However, although the world of warfare has changed drastically and drones are now starting to dominate, it's hard not to miss the times when tanks were still the mainstay of ground forces. Back then, the primary threats faced by tanks were landmines buried in the ground, anti-tank missiles fired with deadly precision, and airstrikes that came in an instant, often delivered by attack helicopters ready to tear through the tank's steel armor. In a world full of such threats, tanks continued to strive for survival. They relied not only on their powerful firepower, but also on their ability to endure harsh conditions, solidifying their position on the battlefield. However, as time passed, new threats began to emerge. Unmanned aerial vehicles have now become an undeniable force. In the skies, more than 1,000 drones roam every week, gliding calmly before dropping dangerous payloads onto their targets. So the tanks currently on the battlefield are fighting harder for survival. They strengthen their positions with shields like active protection systems and increasingly sophisticated camouflage to hide their presence. Various forms of protection, such as nets, chains, and even hidden bunkers, have now become survival strategies. Among the most talked about discussions is which tank will be able to survive until the end. Russia has never doubted the reliability of their T-90 tanks. From the fierce battles in Kurakov to the large-scale assaults that shook the Vuhledar region, as well as other battles in various areas, all of these demonstrate how the T-90, with all its sophistication and capabilities, has become a highly effective weapon in assaulting the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. On the other hand, the Abrams tanks, despite often facing tragic fates as seen in Avdiivka, the Donetsk People's Republic, and Kursk, where some of their units were destroyed by fire, continue to try to maintain their reputation and effectiveness. The presence of the M1 Abrams in these battles has become a symbol of the commitment of Western countries to support Ukraine. It is not uncommon for Abrams tanks, even when severely damaged on the battlefield, to still demonstrate their value in significant military actions, such as those in the direction of Pokrovsk and several other strategic locations. This is why Ukraine has never stopped expressing gratitude for the delivery of Abrams tanks from its allies. How can Ukraine trust this tank? The Ukrainian side hopes that this tank could change the course of the conflict. With its highly effective armor, solid protection for the crew, impressive speed, and comprehensive combat capabilities, this tank is expected to be a major force for Ukrainian troops in facing Russian forces' attacks. However, these hopes were quickly diminished. Over time, the tank faced a series of challenges that led to a rather surprising conclusion. It might be the wrong weapon. Despite the M1 Abrams offering extremely strong armor, excellent crew protection, and precise shooting capabilities, the tank has encountered significant problems in the field. Some of the biggest issues include its high maintenance demands, vulnerability to drone attacks, and limitations in weapon effectiveness, which do not match the rapid and complex challenges on the Ukrainian battlefield. To understand more deeply why the M1 Abrams couldn't adapt well in Ukraine, we need to look further into its design and the philosophy behind it. The M1 Abrams was actually designed for one-on-one armored warfare, where the tank could defeat enemies in gun duels thanks to its mobility and firepower advantage. Additionally, its turret design, which can rotate 360 degrees in just 9 seconds, was an outstanding feature meant to allow the tank to counter various threats effectively. However, these advanced features were not enough to face the new challenges of modern warfare, especially with the emergence of drone technology that could threaten it from the air with greater precision. not to mention the mud in Ukraine that slows it down and hampers its mobility. On the other hand, Russia has deployed the T-90, its main battle tank designed to compete with the M1 Abrams. This tank aims to demonstrate that American-made tanks are not the only dominant ones in the modern world. The T-90 is equipped with a very powerful 125mm smoothbore gun capable of firing various projectiles, including advanced anti-tank missiles that can target enemies with high accuracy. Another advantage of the T-90 is its agility, thanks to the V92 S2 diesel engine producing 1,000 horsepower, allowing the tank to reach speeds of up to 65 km per hour with a range of around 550 km. This speed offers an advantage in rapid maneuvers, which are often crucial in dynamic battlefields. Meanwhile, the M1 Abrams is powered by an AGT 1500 gas turbine engine producing 1,500 horsepower, enabling it to reach speeds of up to 72 km per hour, although its range is only about 426 km. While faster, the Abrams' speed is not always sufficient to navigate the heavy terrain in Ukraine, which is filled with potholes, mud, and other obstacles. And now, the T-90 has also further upgraded itself with the T-90M, also known as the ProRiv 3. This vehicle certainly features a more powerful engine, an upgraded turret, better survivability, and multi-channel vision for night operations. The tank can exchange data in real time with other combat vehicles and has an anti-slip coating on its armor, similar to the main battle tank T-14 Armada. The comparison between these two tanks might seem clear. However, the reality on the ground shows that determining which tank is better is not as simple as comparing numbers and statistics. The success or failure of a tank largely depends on the specific needs and preferences of the battlefield. Back to your view, which one is better? The T-90 or the M1 Abrams? That's all for today, and thanks for watching.